Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Zenless Zone Zero lovers, enjoyers, enthusiasts, and angels of delusion, delusionists, I guess? Welcome back to the Drip Marketing Coverage Start for Aria. There is potentially a lot to talk about here, but also potentially not. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that Hoyo is not going to be releasing much following Aria's release. Now, why do I say this? Mostly because they seem to have released a lot of the Angels of Delusion stuff really before Suna even came out. And this is where, with Angels of Delusion, they're kind of having the angels themselves obviously be present, but also just the music itself kind of takes center stage. At this point, I was kind of attaching a lot of the stuff to Suna, from before they came out, but realistically, it's like its own thing. Like Angels of Delusion is its own entity, and the characters are kind of separate, although obviously they're the characters as well. So to kind of go into Arya here, we obviously have to talk about Suna and potentially Nangong, but to really go off of Suna here and just say how she landed, Suna is really fucking good. Is she a little niche? Kind of a little bit, but obviously as the meta slave I am, Suna landed very, very well, and I'm gonna be honest, I initially was very scared to roll for her, and the ruling is out there. So if you don't want to be spoiled about what I'm gonna say next, look at that video. But you've been warned. Surprise, surprise, I got Suna. Now, aside from Zenless just being generous as hell, I was able to get Suna luckily enough after missing Pity in like a 10 shot or something. But I initially had buyer's regret with Suna, but I quickly forego that because Suna makes Shunguang teams feel very, very good. So the initial thought I had, and I don't know if this is going to translate to Arya, but the initial thought I had is that obviously the best team for the Angels of Delusion is going to be the pure Angels of Delusion team, Suna, Arya, Nangong. And I'm sure that's still going to be the case in the future when they all come out. But at least for Suna, she has her role and her value in other teams as well. Primarily, obviously, Ye Shunguang. But I don't know if going forward, if the other members are going to have this as well. Now, I think they're kind of just, going by logic here. There kind of has to be other teams they're good in. Obviously, not super best in slot, right? Besides maybe Suna, because Suna works really fucking well with Shunguang. But this is where I don't know if Arya teams without Suna and Nangong are going to be as good as Suna is with Shunguang, if you catch my drift. All these Chinese names are getting so confusing to me. But anyway, Shunguang, or God damn it, Suna, I like combining their names. Suna basically landed pretty fucking well, in my opinion, without the Angels team. And again, in the Angels team, she's probably going to be even more broken because Arya already is really fucking good from what I've heard meta wise. But this is where, just to talk about Arya for a second, right? And to kind of say my opinion on the future Angels. The meta obviously is the end all be all for me, unless I just really, really love the character. But so far, even from going through the lore of the Angels, I'm not in love with them. I honestly feel like even though it's a good break from the tedium that is Wi-Fi Peninsula and the whole Chinese region, I still think it's a little bit whatever. Like, I'm not in love with the Angels. Now, their music is a different story. I actually really like their music. But the Angels themselves in the story, I actually didn't really care for. It felt more like I don't want to say a filler arc, but more like a cooldown arc. Just, preparing us, I guess, for 3.0, or the continuation of China, Chinese region here. But oh, I also forgot to mention in the beginning, I'm recording this at almost 5 a.m. So apologies if I'm a little tired. I'm very late with this reaction for reasons I won't go into. But regardless, I think Arya herself is pretty cool. Individually, I like all the angels. I think Suna, Arya, and Nangong each have their place. I think each of them is going to have their own favorite people. Like, people are going to like probably one over the others, most likely. I like all of them, but I'm not in love with any of them for the most part. I think Arya's whole gimmick is pretty cool. I think her lore behind her is pretty cool in general. I didn't like her in the main story, but just as a character, I think she's cool. Obviously, and I don't think this is a spoiler, obviously she's actually a robot. She's just disguising as a human. I like her personality most of the time, and gameplay wise, because actually, and Zenless always does this, and I love them for this, we get to use Arya in the game beforehand. And obviously, I've seen the live stream, I know how her kit generally works. It's pretty simple, it's pretty cute, and I actually think moving forward, Angels of Delusion does something very, very nice that I hope they continue, which is just synced up stuff. Whenever they do like chain attacks, whenever they do the EX specials and stuff like that, whenever they even do idols, I believe, they do synced up stuff, which I absolutely love. It's a new level of quality that I don't think every character is going to get, just like when you flip through the menus in different orders. Sometimes characters have different animations, sometimes they don't. All the big characters do, aka the Void Hunters. But this is where at least we have the precedent now for a new tier of quality for these characters. And if Zenless has anything, it's quality. But aside from that, I mean, I generally like Arya. I was really among the idea that I would not want any of the angels. I was going to completely skip them. And at first, I was really worried, like I said, about Suna and having instant buyer's regret, even though I mostly went for the Wenjin. Moving forward, at least with Suna, I'm very happy with my purchase, although I think it was a luxury purchase. And when it comes to Arya and Nangong at this point, because I have Suna, if I didn't have Suna, Arya and Nangong would be dead in the water. Nothing. But because I have Suna, and because it seems like at least with Arya, and I'm thinking the trend is going to continue with Nangong, they're going to be OP as shit. Now, obviously, they're going to be shilled when they come out, but I think even moving forward, they're going to be pretty good for a while, unlike some characters. But even the old characters are getting buffed anyway. Some limited as well, like Bernice. But I typically like Suna, and like I said, or not Suna, goddammit, Arya. But like I said, I like all of them for different reasons. I'm not in love with anyone in particular, but I do think Arya is like the nicest of the group. She's kind of like the mom almost, even though she has a lot of trouble in the lore. But regardless, the gameplay is cute. The gameplay is funny. She basically ground pounds you with her ass. It's very simple, and I think again, just going along with Suna, and this is definitely present in Arya's kit as well. There's just a lot of quality, and it seems like they put a lot of time into the kit, even with the gameplay. So Arya generally gets a check for me, a thumbs up. These trailers I hope are going to go crazy, but like I said in the beginning, I only think we're going to get two. Now, I don't know if Nangong is going to change this. I don't know if Arya is going to have more than two, but I think the music and stuff is separate from the actual characters. So I'm not going to technically include that in their drip marketing, even though it's drip marketing for the actual faction itself. But aside from all this bullshit we're saying, let's actually take a look at the trailer and let's see what theme they're going to go with. Again, these trailers typically slap. I'm assuming for Aria we're only going to get two, and probably for Nangong as well, but who knows? But let's take a look at how this is. The Mechanical Desire. I wonder if they're just going to go into like her whole stuff in the lore with like her story and stuff, because usually some of these trailers just go over that. But let's see. Hopefully there's good music. Oh my god, there is music. The visuals are already going crazy, by the way. Everyone knows I'm a sucker for like the star theme. I love this, and the magical girl theme too. What a surprise, right? Oh, look, she's sleeping. One thing to note too. Oh, they're animating it. One thing to note too, they made her robot version a lot thicker. Oh. I'm surprised she's like being a robot in public. She's usually very nervous about that stuff. Oh my god, she's fucking stupid. Oh, look, they're trying to advertise. Oh, she's shy. Wait, Wise was the editor? What? Dude, she's so thick. It's actually crazy. She's extremely thick. Bro, that looks like the Powerpuff Girls. Like, what the fuck? You know what's so crazy to me too? Oh, Nangong did makeup. What's so crazy to me is that Suna is the one who's supposed to be like the most nervous one. Whoa! Yo, her human form looks crazy. Their designs are really good. Oh, look at the little Bang Boo! I love the Bang Boo. Man, visually this trailer's going crazy. Oh! But Nangang looks so silly. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, there was like so much in that shit. Like I was like mesmerized by it. I half, and I'm not saying this to, like downplay the trailer. The trailer was great. But I'm like half enamored by it, but also half I didn't care because this story part where she's like nervous or whatever. Number one, I think that's stepping on Suna's toes. God damn it, I'm getting their names mixed up. It's so late. That's kind of stepping on Suna's toes here, but in general, I think it's really weird because in the story they do say she's like very nervous, but when showtime comes on, the nervousness leaves her. With Suna, that doesn't happen. But this is obviously, I think, I don't know where this is in the lore. I don't know if this is like post the story or pre the story. I think it's like maybe in the middle, if not post. But personally, I like her human form more. Her robot form is very unique, and that's the thing I think all these characters have. They have uniqueness. And even when Suna was coming out, I mentioned it with an Angong. There's like a lot of details in their kit that's very, very nice. Like again, it looks like a lot of care went into this into these designs. But in terms of the trailer, I mean, the music itself was whatever. I was more enamored by the visuals. The music I didn't really care about, although I do like it. Like, look at this bullshit, yeah. Overall, it was pretty good, though. I think it showcases Aria's personality pretty well. I mean, like, she's pretty thick, but the parts I liked was just like the animated parts, the color, the theme, the whole star theme. I fucking love it. Like, look at this shit. Look at their faces, yo. Man, the trailer just is so high quality, but especially like this part too, where they animate everything. I mean, at this point, I'm just repeating myself, but overall, it was a great trailer. The music I didn't care too much about. Like look at her, she looks so silly. The music I didn't care too much about, and in general, again, with the actual story in the game of the Angels, I didn't really like it per se. I thought it was very almost kind of cringe and kind of pushed. But overall, I mean, I like everything else about them. So it's like half half for me. I'm not in love with any of them. I was really hoping I could skip them, and I hope I still do. But I think at the very least, I'm going to do a 10 shot, maybe a 20 on Aria. And if I get Aria at that point, I might as well get Nangong, right? Because the game is very generous. I have a lot of rolls. It's just I really want to save for the Void Hunter next. But regardless, we'll see what happens. This trailer was decent. Again, I half liked it. I half was whatever. I didn't hate it. I was half like whatever about the other one. But not that I really hate any of the Hoyo trailers. But you know, this is pretty good. I think Arya's cool. Hopefully we get her with the few roles that we will do for her, but we'll ultimately see. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Tell me what you thought about this, and if you want to see more of me, watch me at Twitch TV/Technics channel. Have a good one, everyone. E.